In today's modern world, we find that we have medicines for everyday life. They're life-saving. They change everything about our world. And in today's workshop, we also find that we have sort of life-saving concoctions and potions as well that if you're working in your workshop, they can save not your life, but certainly your project. They'll save you time and they make your life a lot easier. I've been using these for years. I can't wait to tell you about them. So sit back and relax, and I'm going to tell you about something called Nyalic and QuackLube. What is QuackLube? Stick around and you'll find out.
You're traveling through another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination and innovation. That's the signpost up ahead. Your next stop, the Edge of Innovation Workshop.
Hi, and welcome to the Edge of Innovation Workshop. I'm Bruce, your host, and today I want to tell you about a couple of products that I've used for years. Lots of years. And if you're like me and you're a tool guy, you're a gadget guy, and you spend a lot of time in your workshop, these can change the way you think about things, the way you operate. They can save time, and I just love them. And most people have never heard of them. I hadn't until I heard about probably both of them 30 years ago, and that's how long I've been using them. So let me introduce you to a couple of things. One is Nyalic. And the reason I'm mentioning these is because I've seen in the online forums that people are always asking, how do I keep something that I polish from tarnishing? And I discovered this years ago, and we'll talk about it in a second. The other product is QuackLube. Now, I'm not sure who named these products, who decided that QuackLube was a good name and Nyalic was a good name. I think they could have come up with something better. But you know, certainly in the case of QuackLube, it's cute. This is a little harder to show and demonstrate than Nyalic. I'm going to have a demonstration for that. So you kind of have to take my word on QuackLube. I discovered Nyalic 30 years ago, at least, maybe more. And I was making small metal parts, and I needed something that would keep it from rusting, keep it polished. I would polish something and I needed to stay polished. And somehow I came across this. And nobody's ever heard of it, but you know, I found it. At one time you could buy it from Eastwood, the people who do car products. They quit selling it many years ago, and then you couldn't get it at all. I guarded the stuff with my life. Kind of the same thing with QuackLube. I guard this stuff with my life. Sometimes I'm hesitant to even tell people about this because you don't want somebody to know all of your secrets. This says space age proven protection. It says it's easy to apply, goes on clear, stays clear, seals out moisture and chemicals, does not crack, fade, yellow, preserves metals and painted surfaces, permanent and long lasting. And that is true. It lasts a long time. It's very durable. It's water clear. You just paint it on and it is wonderful. Brass parts, chrome parts, any sort of polished parts. I think it's a liquid polymer. I think I looked it up one time and that's what it was. Great stuff. You can get it from the company. Just Google Nyalic, N-Y-A-L-I-C, and I think you can buy it from them direct. QuackLube, a little different story. Discovered it years ago. Don't know the history of it. It's only available, as best I can tell, in one place. And I can only find it on YouTube. And it's a little bit expensive, but you know, I go through a lot of this stuff. And it says it's a super lubricant for wood or metal, and that is true. It will also remove some rust if you have something that's rusty. If it's not deep pitted, I mean, you can use this and it will also help protect from rust. But what it mainly does is keep things slick. And I use this on door locks. I use it on things that are outside that have rusted and you need to get into them. I live on the coast where we have a lot of salty environment, humid environment, so things rust. I use this on like padlocks. The most recent use, I used it of all places on the door lock that goes into my master bedroom. It had gotten old, and I guess the salt environment, it kind of rusted it. And this stuff just turned it into a new product. This is a little hard to demonstrate. I'm not sure. I tried to think of ways I could demonstrate QuackLube. You just kind of have to take my word for it. I guess I could spread it on the floor and pretend a fake fall like it was a banana peel sort of fall and how slick it was. But it really is slick. And I looked at it one time under a microscope, and it actually has something in it. I don't know what it is. I can't tell. If you look at it, and we'll examine it a little bit in a second. This is going to be kind of a short video, but it's kind of an oily substance. I use it almost any time that I'm starting a screw, for example, in wood, sometimes even in metal. I will take this and put the screw down in there and you know, swish it around a little bit and put it in, and it makes it go in. It starts in wood much easier. I mean, it just goes in sometimes like butter. It's a little bit waxy or almost oily. So we'll get to it in a minute. But without further ado, let's take a look at a test I did for Nyalic, and then I'll show you a couple of things that I did with QuackLube. Okay, this is kind of the best example I can give you for the QuackLube. This is my bench vise that I've got, and as you can see, it's got rust on it. Now, I wasn't paying any attention. This happened actually rather quickly over the course of a few months. I put it in. I didn't put any QuackLube or anything on it to keep the rust off, and that's how fast here in Florida things can rust. So it has QuackLube on it now, and some rust has been removed. But let me show you. Let me just take a bit of it, and we'll put it on a paper towel. We're going to rub it on there, and you can see that it will remove some of the rust. Now there's a lot of rust on there. Let's take a slightly different area, and this has had no QuackLube on it at all. And this is a spindle that fits my CNC milling machine, and that's what I use this on quite a bit. I use it on the ways because they need to be slick, and these are spindles that don't fit my milling machine. I bought them at an auction, and it turned out it didn't fit. And as you can see, there's a lot of rust on here. There really is a great deal. So let's put some on here, and it's not going to take it off. Don't get me wrong. It will not remove it because this is deep pitted rust. It's actually kind of a shame that I let it get this far. You know, this could never be used now. It's ruined. But you can see that it's removing some of the surface rust. And had I put this on there when I first got these, you know, this would not have happened. And it's a shame, even though it doesn't fit my machine and I can never use them probably. You know, but it's you can see it's removed quite a bit of rust. So that's how it works. That's QuackLube, and you can actually see quite a bit of it if I rub. I mean, we get a fair amount off, and a little Scotch-Brite might even help that, but you can't feel it. But it's pretty pitted. So that is QuackLube, and I can't say enough good about it. I've used it for years. I love the stuff. And so there you have it. Two products that I find very useful in my shop, Nyalic and QuackLube. I'd like to say available in your local hardware store, but they're not, and that's why I'm doing a video about them. Available from the manufacturer, Google it, and QuackLube, as far as I can tell, only available on eBay. If somebody finds it somewhere else, put it in the notes below and let me know. And as always, if you like the information here, like and subscribe. I'm trying to get more subscribers, kind of new, and it would help out a lot. So until next time, I'm your host, Bruce, at the Edge of Innovation Workshop. Thank you, and have a great day.